I reached for the leash, but he reached for my hand instead. The rain-slicked streets of Seattle gleamed under the sodium lamps, a relentless drizzle drumming against the brim of Alex's worn baseball cap like impatient fingers on a desk. He was late. Again. The kind of late that came from too many detours through his own head, chasing ghosts he couldn't quite name. At 28, Alex Harlan had built a life around control, training service dogs for the visually impaired, coaxing golden retrievers and Labradors into flawless obedience with treats and whispered commands. Leashes were his lifeline, taut lines between chaos and calm. But tonight, as he jogged toward the community center on Capitol Hill, the weight of his latest failure pressed heavier than the backpack slung over his shoulder. It started with the email. Jordan Reyes, 32, seeking guide dog placement. Recent vision loss due to diabetic retinopathy. Prefers a dog with a calm demeanor. Simple enough on paper. Alex had prepped Buddy, his most reliable golden, for weeks, heel, sit, forward. But the session had unraveled in seconds. Jordan's hand had trembled as he reached for the leash. Not the dog's collar, and Alex had frozen, caught in the raw vulnerability of those unseeing eyes hidden behind dark glasses. I can't, Jordan had muttered, voice cracking like thunder in the quiet room. Not yet. And just like that, the match dissolved, leaving Alex with a knot in his gut that no amount of rain could wash away. He pushed through the center's double doors, the scent of stale coffee and wet wool hitting him like a wave. The lobby buzzed with the after-hours crowd, queer folks mostly, in this neighborhood, laughing over board games or nursing drinks from a makeshift bar. Alex scanned the room, his heart thudding a erratic rhythm. There, in the corner booth, sat Jordan, alone. His fingers traced the rim of a half-empty glass, head tilted as if listening to the room's pulse. Tall and lean, with a mop of black hair streaked prematurely silver at the temples, Jordan looked every bit the writer he was. Pens tucked into the pocket of his rumpled button-down, a cane leaning against the table like a forgotten lover. Alex swallowed hard, the air thick with the hum of conversations and the faint twang of an old indie track from the speakers. He approached, boots squeaking on the linoleum. Jordan? It's Alex. From earlier. The man's head lifted, a faint smile ghosting his lips, but it didn't reach his eyes. The leash guy. Sit. Before I change my mind about talking to you. Alex slid into the booth, the vinyl creaking under him. Up close, Jordan smelled like sandalwood and fresh pages, a mix that twisted something deep in Alex's chest. Look about today. Don't. Jordan's voice was soft but edged, like velvet over steel. He leaned forward, elbows on the table, the glass forgotten. I know what you're gonna say. It's not you, it's the process. Bullshit. It's me. I lost my sight 6 months ago. Alex. One day I'm framing shots for National Geographic. The next I'm fumbling for my keys in the dark. And now, I can't even trust a dog not to lead me into traffic because my hands shake like a goddamn leaf. The confession hung between them, raw and unfiltered, the rain pattering against the window like muffled applause. Alex's throat tightened. He knew that shake, the tremor in his own fingers after his dad's accident. The pickup truck crumpled on I-5, leaving Alex to piece together a family from shards. I get it, he said quietly, voice rough. More than you think. My old man. He went blind in one eye after the crash. Refused a cane till the end. Stubborn as hell. Jordan's laugh was bitter, a short exhale that stirred the air. Sounds like my kind of guy. So why'd you show up here? Guilt trip. No. Alex hesitated, the word tasting like truth serum. Because I saw you today. Not the client file. You. And I couldn't just walk away. The booth felt smaller then, the world narrowing to the space between their hands on the scarred wooden table. Jordan's fingers stilled, then inched forward, brushing the edge of Alex's knuckles. Not a grab. A question. Alex's breath hitched, the contact electric, like static from a wool sweater on a dry day. He didn't pull back. Instead, he turned his hand palm up, letting Jordan's warmth seep in. Outside, thunder grumbled low, a distant rumble that mirrored the storm brewing in Alex's veins. He wasn't supposed to feel this, not for a client, not for anyone since Mark, the ex who'd bailed when the grief got too heavy. But Jordan's touch lingered, a tether looser than any leash, pulling him toward uncharted waters. They talked for hours, the rain easing to a whisper as stories spilled out. Jordan's tales of chasing sunsets in the southwest, camera in hand, his voice painting colors Alex could almost see. Ochre canyons bleeding into twilight blues. Alex countered with dog park disasters, the time a labradoodle stole a senator's sandwich during a demo. Laughter came easy, punctuated by sips of bourbon that burned warm down their throats. By midnight, the center was emptying, chairs scraping like reluctant goodbyes. Jordan stood, cane tapping a tentative rhythm. "Walk me out." Alex nodded, though Jordan couldn't see it. "Yeah, Buddy's in the truck. He can tag along." But as they stepped into the night, the air crisp with petrichor, Jordan paused at the curb. His hand hovered, reaching instinctively for the leash Alex held slack in his grip. Time slowed, the city's hum fading to a hush. Alex waited, heart pounding a staccato beat. Then, instead of the leather strap, Jordan's fingers found Alex's wrist, sliding up to clasp his hand. Firm. Real. "I don't need the dog tonight," Jordan murmured, thumb tracing a slow circle on Alex's skin. "Just this." Alex's world tilted, the leash forgotten in his other fist. In that moment, under the sodium glow, he realized the real training had just begun. Not for Buddy, but for him. To let go. To reach back. The walk to Jordan's apartment was a blur of streetlights and shared silences. Hands intertwined like they'd always belonged. At the door, a brownstone walk-up with ivy clawing the bricks, Jordan turned, face inches from Alex's. "Come up? Coffee. Or whatever." The invitation hung heavy, laced with the scent of rain-soaked earth and possibility. Alex's pulse thrummed in his ears, a drumbeat urging him forward. He followed, the door clicking shut behind them like the seal on a secret. Inside, the space was a writer's haven. Bookshelves groaning under tomes, a typewriter on the desk gathering dust, the faint must of old paper mingling with Jordan's cologne. They settled on the couch, mugs steaming between them, but the coffee grew cold as words gave way to glances. Jordan's hand found Alex's jaw first, rough with stubble, guiding him closer until lips met in a tentative brush. It ignited like dry tinder, the kiss deepening with a hunger born of isolation. Alex tasted salt and sweetness, Jordan's sigh vibrating against his mouth, a sound that unraveled him. Hands roamed, shirts tugged free, skin meeting skin in the dim lamplight. The couch creaked under their weight, breaths mingling in ragged harmony. After, tangled in sheets that smelled of lavender detergent, Jordan traced patterns on Alex's chest. It's not pity, right?" Alex pulled him closer, the rise and fall of their breathing sinking like a lullaby. "Hell no. It's terrifying. But real." Dawn crept in, gray light filtering through blinds, painting stripes across their bodies. Alex watched Jordan sleep, lashes fanned against cheeks, and felt the first crack in his armored heart. But cracks let light in, and sometimes that's where the stories begin. 2 weeks blurred into a rhythm Alex hadn't known he craved. Mornings started with Buddy's wet nose nudging his ribs, Jordan's laughter echoing from the kitchen as he navigated the stove by memory. Pancakes flipping with a sizzle that filled the apartment with buttery warmth. "You're hogging the syrup," Jordan would tease, fork scraping plate, his foot hooking Alex's under the table in a silent claim. Alex's days split between the training center and Jordan's side, leashes exchanged for fingers laced during walks along the waterfront. Seattle unfolded around them like a love letter, the ferry's horns moaning across the sound, gulls wheeling overhead with cries sharp as joy. Jordan described the world in fragments. The brine tang on the wind, the vibration of bus brakes rumbling through sidewalk cracks. Alex listened, learning to see through touch and sound, his own senses sharpening like a blade on whetstone. But shadows lingered. At the center, colleagues shot sideline glances, whispers trailing like smoke. "Harlan's got a soft spot for the new guy," murmured Dave, the grizzled vet trainer, over lukewarm coffee in the break room. Alex shrugged it off, but the words burrowed, a thorn under skin. Professional lines blurred. He'd canceled 2 placements to refine Buddy's cues, really just excuses to linger in Jordan's orbit. Nights were sanctuary. They'd collapse onto the bed, bodies fitting like puzzle pieces worn smooth by time. Jordan's hands mapped Alex's scars, the faded line from a childhood bike crash on his thigh, the constellation of freckles across his shoulders. "Tell me," Jordan would whisper, lips brushing collarbone, eliciting shivers that rippled like pond stones. Alex obliged, voice husky in the dark, stories spilling amid gasps and the creak of mattress springs. One evening, as autumn leaves skittered across pavement like confetti from a forgotten parade, they ventured to Pike Place. The market thrummed, vendors hawking fish with wet slaps on ice, the air thick with roasted nuts and sea salt. Jordan's cane swept arcs, but Alex stayed close, hand at the small of his back, a subtle anchor. At the flower stall, petals soft as whispers, Jordan buried his face in a bouquet of lavender, inhaling deep. "Smells like freedom," he said, voice muffled. Alex bought it on impulse, tucking stems into Jordan's messenger bag. Later, in a dimly lit pub off Post Alley, microbrews foaming golden, they toasted to nothing and everything. Jordan's knee pressed against Alex's under the table, a steady pressure that grounded the buzz in his veins. "You know," Jordan said, swirling his pint, foam clinging to his mustache like morning dew, "I used to think blindness would end me. The photos, the way light bent through lenses, capturing souls in a click. Gone." Alex's chest ached, the guitar strums from the corner stage twanging sorrow. He covered Jordan's hand with his own, calluses rough from leash grips. "It didn't. You found words instead. And me." Jordan's smile was crooked, eyes crinkling behind glasses. "Lucky me. But luck's a fickle bitch." The call came at 2 a.m., shattering the quiet. Alex jolted awake, phone vibrating like a trapped hornet on the nightstand. "Harlan," he rasped, voice gravel from sleep. "Alex, it's Maria from the center. Emergency placement. Client in from Portland, total vision loss, aggressive breed issues. You up?" He glanced at Jordan, curled fetal under the quilt, breaths even. The clock glowed red. 1:57. "Yeah. Give me 20. The drive blurred, wipers slashing rain from the windshield, radio static crackling old Springsteen. Thunder Road played, Bruce's howl cutting through the night. "It's a town full of losers. I'm pulling out of here to win." Alex gripped the wheel tighter, knuckles whitening. Duty called, always had. But leaving Jordan's warmth for the cold certainty of work felt like severing a limb. The center loomed, floodlights harsh against the storm. Inside, the new client paced. A burly guy named Rick, fists clenched, his German shepherd straining at a chain-link kennel. "This mutt's useless," Rick snarled, spittle flying. "Bit my last trainer." Alex assessed, calm settling like fog. "Easy. Let's walk him." Leash in hand, he coaxed the dog forward, steps measured, voice low. The shepherd resisted, hackles rising, a low growl rumbling like thunder in his chest. Rick watched, arms crossed, skepticism etched in furrowed brows. Minutes stretched, the dog's resistance ebbing under Alex's steady pull. Success but hollow. As Rick led the shepherd out, leash taut, Alex's mind wandered to Jordan. Alone in bed, perhaps reaching for the empty space. His phone buzzed. "Miss you already. Coffee at dawn?" Guilt twisted, sharp as a slipped tooth. He texted back, wouldn't miss it. But the lie lingered, a bitter aftertaste. Dawn broke pale, painting the kitchen in watery light. Jordan hummed off-key to the coffee maker's gurgle, pouring mugs with practice spills. "Rough night?" he asked, handing one over, steam curling like question marks. Alex sipped, scalding his tongue. Standard chaos. Dog wouldn't heal. He omitted the rest, the way Rick's grip on the leash mirrored his own fears, holding too tight, afraid to let go. They ate in companionable quiet, forks clinking porcelain, the sizzle of bacon long faded. Jordan's foot nudged his again, playful. "Weekend plans?" "Beyond wrangling beasts." Alex grinned, tension easing. "Ferry to Bainbridge? Hike the trails. Buddy can scout." Jordan's face lit, genuine. "Deal. But you carry the picnic." The ferry ride was magic, salt spray misting their faces, the engine's thrum vibrating through decks. Buddy panted happily, leash loose as they leaned on rails, wind whipping hair. Jordan tilted his head back, rain-fresh air filling lungs. "Hear that?" Waves slapping hull, like applause. Alex wrapped an arm around his waist, chin on shoulder. Best audience. On the island, trails wound through madrona groves, bark peeling red like sunburned skin. Leaves crunched underfoot, earthy damp rising. Jordan's cane probed ahead, but Alex described towering firs clawing sky, ferns unfurling like green fans. At a clearing, they spread a blanket, sandwiches unwrapped with crinkles of wax paper. Jordan fed Alex a grape, juice bursting sweet on tongue. "Tastes like summer," Alex murmured, pulling him down. Kisses followed, lazy under dappled sun, hands wandering paths of their own. Buddy flopped nearby, tail thumping dirt. But as shadows lengthened, Jordan's brow furrowed. "Alex, about Buddy, the training. When do we try again?" The question landed like a stone in still water. Alex stilled, grass tickling ribs. "Soon, when you're ready." Jordan sat up, glasses slipping down nose. "I am. Scared shitless but ready. Can't keep dodging." Alex's heart clenched, vines of doubt tightening. "What if it doesn't work? What if I screw it up?" "Then we try again." Jordan's hand found his, squeezing. Together. That night, back in the city, they prepped. Leash in hand, Alex guided Jordan through the apartment, Buddy healing flawless. Steps synced, left, right, forward. Jordan's grip steadied, breaths evening. Pride swelled in Alex's chest, hot and fierce. Yet sleep evaded him, staring at ceiling cracks like fault lines. Loving Jordan meant risking the fall, the professional fallout, the personal quake. But in the quiet, Jordan snores soft as rain. Alex chose. Reach for the hand, not the leash. November swept in with gales that howled through alleyways, stripping trees bare and scattering secrets like fallen leaves. Alex and Jordan's world tightened, cozy against the chill. Nights curled under Afghans. Jordan's head on Alex's lap as he read aloud from dog-eared Kerouac, voice weaving tales of open roads and reckless hearts. The words wrapped around them, warm as wool, but beneath simmered the unspoken. The training loomed, a shadow stretching longer each day. At the center, pressure mounted. Maria cornered him in the supply closet, amid stacks of kibble bags and tangled leads. Harlan, Reyes files gathering dust. Boards asking questions. You sleeping with this one? Alex's face burned, the air stale with grain dust. It's not like that. He's progressing. She arched a brow, arms crossed over her clipboard. Progression's one thing, attachment's another. Get him matched or I will. The warning echoed as he drove home, wipers battling frost-laced rain. Attachment. Yeah, that was the word. Sticky, inevitable like sap on fingers. Jordan waited on the stoop, bundled in a peacoat, cane tapping impatience. Took you long enough. Freezing my ass off. Alex pulled him into a hug, noses bumping, breath fogging between them. Missed you. Inside, the apartment glowed from string lights Jordan had strung by feel, tiny bulbs twinkling like captured stars. They cooked, pasta bubbling on stove, garlic's sharp bite mingling with basil's earthiness. Jordan chopped haphazardly, knife thwacking board, Alex steadying his hand with a kiss to knuckles. Over dinner, candle flames dancing shadows on walls, Jordan broached it. Tomorrow, the center, full session. Alex's fork paused midair, sauce dripping like blood. You sure? Jordan nodded, twirling noodles. Woke up resolved, like the world's too big to navigate blind forever. Pride warred with panic in Alex's gut, twisting like bad shellfish. He reached across, thumb stroking Jordan's wrist pulse. Steady, alive. Then we'll nail it. Sleep came fitful, dreams tangled. Leashes snapping, Jordan vanishing into fog, hands grasping air. Dawn broke brittle, frost-etching windows like lace. They dressed in silence, Buddy's tags jingling accusation. The center hummed with early bustle, kennels clanging, dogs barking staccato symphonies. Maria nodded approval as they entered the training room, mats soft underfoot, mirrors reflecting infinite versions of themselves. Take your time, she said, door clicking shut. Alex clipped the leash to Buddy's collar, the snap echoing like a starting gun. Forward, he commanded, voice even. The dog moved, Jordan's hand on the harness guide. Steps faltered at first, Jordan's boot scuffing mat, a sharp inhale, but synced, a tentative dance. Left, Alex called, hard in throat. Jordan pivoted, cane sweeping confirmation. Sweat beaded on his brow, glasses fogging slightly. Halfway across, triumph sparked in his voice. I feel him, the pull. Alex grinned, chest expanding. You're killing it. But at the turn, disaster. Buddy veered toward a phantom scent, leash jerking. Jordan stumbled, cane clattering, his free hand flailing. Alex lunged, catching waist, but momentum carried them down in a tangle, bodies colliding, breaths punching out. Silence crashed, broken only by Buddy's whine. Jordan pushed up, face ashen. Fuck. I can't. You can. Alex helped him sit, hands trembling now his own. It was a glitch. We reset. Jordan ripped off glasses, rubbing eyes raw. Glitch? That's my life, Alex. One big goddamn error. The words sliced, deeper than intended. Alex knelt, forehead to Jordan's. Hey, look at me. Stupid, he knew. Feel this. He pressed Jordan's palm to his chest, heartbeat galloping. That's real. We're real. Jordan's exhale shuddered, fingers curling into fabric. What if I'm broken? What if I drag you down? Then we fall together. Alex kissed him then, fierce and grounding, salt of unshed tears on lips. The room spun away, mirrors, mats, all periphery. Maria found them minutes later, clearing throat discreet. Sessions solid. Tweak the cues, but he's got it. Outside, rain held off, sky a bruised purple. They walked to the truck, hands brushing, electric. At a crosswalk, Jordan halted, turning. Thank you for seeing me. Alex cupped his face, thumbs sweeping cheekbones. Always. That night, release. They tumbled into bed, urgency born of brushed clothes fear. Jordan's mouth hot on Alex's neck, teeth grazing pulse, eliciting gasps that fogged the air. Hands explored with reverence. Alex tracing spine dips, Jordan's nails raking shoulders, leaving red trails like comet wakes. The headboard thumped rhythm, sheets twisting anchors. After, slick and spent, Jordan whispered into darkness. Love you. The words hung, fragile as moth wings. Alex's heart stuttered, joy and terror entwined. Love you too. But dawn brought reality's bite. Jordan's phone rang insistent, shattering quiet. His agent, voice tinny through speaker. Book tour? Vision loss memoir? Publishers eating it up. Jordy. Starts next month. Nationwide. Jordan sat up, sheets pooling waist. Tour? Yeah. Okay. Alex watched from pillows, stomach nodding. That's huge. Jordan's smile wavered. Terrifying. But yeah. The news settled like dust. Fine and choking. Jordan away, planes, hotels, strangers' hands on his arm instead of Alex's. The leash of distance, invisible but ironclad. Weeks flew, a whirlwind of prep. Alex drove Jordan to readings, sat front row as words poured. Raw vignettes of light fading, love emerging from dark. Audiences leaned in, hushed, the click of canes on stages like metronomes. Backstage, Jordan's high crashed into Alex's arms. Kisses frantic, tasting of adrenaline and lipstick from fans. One night, in a Chicago hotel, city lights bleeding through curtains, Jordan paced. What if they see through me? The fraud who can't even walk his own dog. Alex pulled him down, straddling lap, hands framing face. They see truth, because you're it. Lovemaking followed, slow and deep, bodies sinking like tides. Jordan's moans muffled into pillows, Alex's name a chant. Afterward, tangled, Jordan traced Alex's jaw. Marry me? After the tour. Make it official. The proposal landed soft, unexpected as spring rain. Alex's yes choked out, tears pricking. Rings? Later. For now, promise sealed in skin. But fractures spiderwebbed. Back in Seattle, a canceled session, Jordan too jet-lagged, excuses piling. At the center, Dave's voice slithered. Rhea's flaking. You enabling. Alex snapped, fist clenching. Back off. Home, Jordan waited, takeout cooling on counter. Heard about the session. I'm sorry. It's fine. Lie heavy as lead. Jordan's hand found his, pulling close. No, it's not. I'm scared, Alex, of depending, of losing you to this mess. The dam broke then, words flooding. Fears voiced. Alex's of abandonment, Jordan's of burden. They held through it, sobs racking. The rain outside a sympathetic dirge. Resolution came quiet, over cold low main. We'll get a trainer. Neutral. Buddy's yours, but not through me. Jordan nodded, relief etching lines. Team. Healing began tentative sessions with a new handler. Progress measured in inches, victories small but sweet. Alex watched from sidelines, pride bittersweet. Holiday lights twinkled early, strings draping lampposts like festive veins. They decorated Jordan's tree by touch, ornaments clinking, pine sap sticky on fingers. Laughter bubbled as Buddy batted tinsel, tail wagging frenzy. New Year's Eve, rooftop party in the building, city sprawling below like jeweled carpet. Fireworks boomed, colors unseen but felt in concussive booms. Jordan's hand tight in Alex's. To us, he toasted with champagne fizz. Kisses under bursts, sweet and smoky. But as cheers died, Jordan tensed. Alex, the book's exploding. Movie rights, they want me in LA. For months. The drop hit like midnight chime. Distance again sharper. Alex forced smile. Go conquer. But in bed later, arms locked, doubt whispered. Could love outrun the miles? Winter clamped down, ice glazing sidewalks into treacherous mirrors, the kind that reflected back distorted truths. Alex shoveled the walk, breath clouding in crystalline puffs, while Jordan packed inside, suitcases zipping like finality. The LA gig loomed. Meetings with producers, script reads in sun-drenched boardrooms. Just 6 months, Jordan promised, kissing temple, suitcase wheels rumbling over threshold. Then home, to this. Alex nodded, throat tight, waving as the cab crunched away. Buddy whined at the window, paw scraping glass. The apartment echoed empty, ghosts in every corner. Jordan's mug on counter, faint cologne on pillows. Days dragged, work a numb blur. At the center, he pushed dogs harder, leashes cracking like whips. "Heel!" barked at a lab who veered, frustration spilling. Maria pulled him aside, office smelling of peppermint tea. "You're off, Harlan. Talk." He slumped in her chair, the vinyl sighing. "He's gone. LA Hollywood bullshit." She steepled fingers, eyes kind. "And you're here holding the fort, including your heart." Nights alone, Alex scrolled Jordan's tour posts, smiling in spotlights, Kane's elegant props. Texts pinged sporadic. "Miss your laugh." Meeting ran late. Alex replied quips, masking ache. "Buddy ate my sock. Send bail." But silence grew, calls dropping to texts, then emojis. Distance wasn't just miles. It was the slow erode of intimacy, words flattening on screens. Mid-February, Valentine's loomed mocking. Alex planned anyway, care package shipped. Seattle chocolates, Buddy's paw print card. "Love from your leashed heart." Jordan's reply, "Perfect. Swamped, but perfect." The package returned undelivered, address botched by some studio intern. Alex stared at the box on his stoop, rain spotting cardboard, fury rising hot. He called, voicemail beeping. "What the hell, Jord? Talk to me." Hours later, buzz. "Sorry. Chaos. Call tomorrow." Tomorrow bled into days. Work frayed, a placement botched, clients storming out. "Your head's not in it," Maria yelled, door slamming. Alex drove aimless, ending at the waterfront. Waves slapped pilings, briny spray stinging eyes. He thought of their first walk, hands clasped defiant. Now, fists clenched empty. The fight erupted over video, Jordan's face pixelated in hotel lamplight, background clinking glasses. "You're ghosting me," Alex accused, voice cracking. Jordan rubbed temples, exhaustion carving hollows, "Not ghosting. Surviving. These execs, they poke, prod, want my pain polished for screens. It's draining. And I'm what? Chopped liver." Alex paced kitchen, phone hot against ear. "I get it, big shot. But we're crumbling." Jordan's sigh crackled line. "Maybe we need space. To breathe." The words detonated, shrapnel in chest. "Space? That's code for done." "No!" Jordan's voice broke, chair scraping. "Just time. I'm losing myself here." Alex hurled a mug, ceramic shattering sink, shards glittering like tears. "Then find your way back. Or don't." Line dead. Silence roared. Weeks numbed. Alex threw into work, matching dogs with fervor. Leash's symbols of order he craved. Buddy moped, sensing rift, curling at Alex's feet during late nights, whiskey burning throat. Friends dragged him out. Capitol Hill bars, bass thumping veins, bodies grinding close. A guy flirted, hand on thigh, cologne overpowering. Alex bolted, nausea rising. Not ready. Not without Jordan. Spring teased, cherry blossoms unfurling pink against gray skies. Package arrived, no return address. Inside, Kane, polished ebony, engraved for the man who leads with heart, J. Note. I'm coming home. Forgive me. Heart lurching, Alex dialed. Voicemail again. Panic clawed. Then, airport call. Flight delayed. Storms. But I'm yours. Relief flooded, salty as tears. Alex raced anyway, weaving traffic, horns blaring protest. Terminal chaos. Announcements garbling, travelers shuffling. He spotted Jordan at baggage claim, disheveled. Kane sweeping weary arcs. Eyes met across the scrum, glasses askew, silver hair wild. Alex closed distance, pulling into embrace, airport din fading to hum. Idiot, he murmured into neck, inhaling home. Jordan clung, body sagging. You're idiot. God, I missed this. Cab ride blurred, hands roaming seats, kisses stolen at lights. Apartment door barely shut, clothes shed frantic. Trail from hall to bed, buttons popping like gunfire. Reunion raw, urgent. Jordan's mouth devouring. Alex's hands bruising hips, gasps echoing off walls. Peaks crashed, bodies quaking, aftershocks lingering in whispers. Dawn found them wrecked. Sheets nodded. Jordan traced Alex's brow. I almost lost us. You did. Alex's voice steady, no blame. But we fight for this. Jordan nodded, tears tracking. No more space. Ever. Healing stitched slow. Therapy joined routine, couple sessions in a sunlit office, smells of chamomile soothing. Words unearthed. Jordan's fear of dependency, Alex's of abandonment. Progress mirrored Buddy's training. Steps forward, stumbles embraced. Summer bloomed, markets vibrant with berry stains and busker fiddles. They hiked again, Leash's duel now, Buddy's taut, hands free. Atop a bluff, wind whipping, Jordan knelt. Alex Harlan, be my guide? Forever. Ring simple, silver band, etched paw print. Alex's yes roared, wind carrying it seaward. Wedding small, rooftop under stars, friends toasting with IPAs. Vows exchanged, canes and leashes crossed on altar. I reached for control, Alex said, voice thick. But you reached for me. Jordan's grin flashed. And I'll never let go. Honeymoon in the Cascades. Cabin creaking under pines. Lake lapping shore. Days lazy. Fishing lines plunking water. Nights firelit. Bodies entwined. Crackle of logs underscoring moans. But fall whispered change. Jordan's book hit shelves, signing swelling. Alex supported, pride unshadowed. One night, post-reading, Jordan pulled him aside. They want a sequel. About us. Alex laughed, spinning him. Write it. Make us legends. Life wove fuller. Buddy retired gentle, new pup in training. Alex mentored now, sharing stories of hands over leashes. Yet tests lingered. Jordan's checkup. Retinopathy stable, but whispers of progression. Fear flickered, but they faced it braced. Hands clasped, unyielding. Autumn leaves turned fire-kissed, carpeting paths in crunching gold. As Jordan's fame crested like a wave held too long. Billboards loomed over freeways, his face, serious, sightless gaze piercing. Promising from darkness to dawn. A memoir of sight and soul. Alex drove past one on I-90, radio crooning Fleetwood Mac. Go your own way, ironic underscore. Pride swelled, but so did unease. A low hum like distant traffic. Homecomings varied. Some nights, Jordan burst in electric. Arms laden with galleys. Kisses peppered with anecdotes of fans' tears. This woman hugged me. Said my words lit her dark. He'd rave. Shedding coat. Buddy greeting with joyful leaps. They'd celebrate. Take-out tie steaming on coffee table. Spice blooming on tongues. Laughter bubbling over coconut rice. Other nights he dragged heavy. Cane thudding defeat. They twist it, he'd mutter. Collapsing couch. Fingers kneading temples. Want tragedy porn. Not the love part. Not us. Alex knelt, unlacing boots, thumbs massaging arches. Then give him hell. Write the sequel true. Jordan's hand cupped cheek, thumb swiping lip. With you as co-author? The idea sparked collaborative fire. Evenings shifted. Laptop humming, Jordan dictating, Alex typing. Their voices blending like harmonies. Scenes flowed. First touch, fairy winds, rooftop vows. Intimate, unflinching sex scenes vivid, breaths and sighs scripted real. But fame's underbelly bit. Paparazzi lurked, flashes popping like gunfire outside readings. One ambushed at a cafe, mic thrusting. Jordan? Rumors of a secret wedding? Who's the mystery man? Jordan stiffened, coffee sloshing. Private. Next question. Alex, fetching pastries, caught the tail, heart slamming. Home he paced. We go public? Or hide. Jordan pulled him down, straddling, hands pinning shoulders. Public. Proud. Kiss sealed it. Fierce. Coffee bitter on lips. Announcement dropped subtle. Instagram post. Wedding band glinting. Caption Leash to my heart. At Alex Harlan. Forever guide. Likes flooded. Comments rainbow emojis and hearts. Support poured, but barbs too. Trolls snarling pity fuck? Or blind leading blind. Alex scrolled late, jaw clenched, delete finger hovering. Jordan found him dawn-lit kitchen brewing tea. Don't read that shit. Hard not to. Alex stirred honey, spoon clinking mug. Jordan's arms encircled waist, chin on shoulder. Then we fight back. Charity event. For vision loss. Show M loves the real story. The gala glittered, Seattle Symphony Hall. Chandeliers dripping light like molten gold. Jordan in tux, Kane elegant extension. Alex matching, hand at elbow. Cameras flashed, but they moved fluid. Speeches weaving humor and heart. Jordan's words rang. I lost sight, gained vision. Through him. Applause thundered, Alex's chest bursting. After party intimate, hotel suite overlooking bay. Champagne popped cork like gunshot, bubbles fizzing throats. They danced slow. No music but heartbeats. Jordan's cheek to Alex's, stubble rasping. Proud, Jordan murmured. Insanely. Alex dipped him low, kiss upside down, laughter spilling. Bed waited, petals scattered, red roses, thorns plucked. Love-making tender, exploratory. Jordan atop, guiding rhythm, hands braced chest, moans syncing with city hum below. Alex's fingers dug hips, anchors in swell. Climax crested shared, cries muffled in necks, afterglow sweat-slick peace. Morning brought news, movie greenlit, Jordan consulting. LA again. 2 weeks. Alex masked flinch. Go. I'll hold. Separation honed ache to art. Calls nightly, voices bridges over miles. Jordan, boardroom vultures. Miss your smell. Alex, buddies snoring symphony. Hurry back. Return reunion sparked. Airport dash. Embrace crushing. Cab ride hands impatient under coats. Home. Frenzy. Door slamming. Clothes ripping. Hall wall brace. Jordan's mouth hot. Demanding. Alex's back arching. Gasps echoing. Floor claimed them, carpet burned forgotten in frenzy. But cracks widened subtle. Jordan's energy waned. Fatigue etching eyes. Checkup confirmed. Progression slow, but relentless. Glasses won't cut it soon, Doc said, charts rustling. Jordan joked post-visit. Over diner hash. Cue the white cane chic. Alex forced laugh, fork scraping plate. Nights, he watched Jordan sleep, fear coiling gut. What if darkness swallowed more? Winter solstice neared, shortest day mirroring dread. They escaped to cabin again, snow blanketing woods like hush. Fireplace crackled, logs popping sap, cocoa mugs steaming vanilla. Jordan read by firelight, pages turning soft, Alex sketching him. Pencil scratches paper, capturing jawline, lip curve. Stop staring, Jordan teased, book lowering. Can't help. Alex set pencil crawling over. Beautiful. Kisses kindled slow, fire warmth on skin. Blanket fort built impromptu, pillows piled, bodies curling fetal. Whispers traded, dreams, fears, I love you's mantra. New Year dawned crisp, resolutions whispered. Together, always. Spring surged, cherry festivals blooming. Jordan's sequel dropped, hand in leash climbing charts. Alex featured anonymous no more, interviews joint, hands clasped mics. How'd you know? Reporter asked, lights hot. Jordan squeezed fingers. He reached back. Summer sizzled, pride parade rainbow rivers. They marched, buddy in vest, Signs aloft. Love sees all. Cheers roared, confetti raining, Jordan's laugh free. But August storm brewed. Jordan collapsed mid-signing, dizzy spell, crowd gasping. Hospital sterile, beeps steadying panic. Dehydration, doc said, but tests loomed. Alex held vigil, chair vinyl creak, hand vice on Jordan's. Scared, Jordan admitted, for dripping saline. Me too, truth bare. Discharge brought caution. Rest, monitor. Life slowed, intentional picnics park, buddy fetching stick splash. Evenings porch swings, creek rhythm to stories. Fall harvest, they planted garden. Fingers soil black, seeds tucked earth. Growth, Jordan said, patting dirt. From dark. Alex kissed mud-smeared nose. Like us. Thanksgiving gathered friends, table groaning turkey, cranberry tart. Toasts clinked, to light in shadows. But night, Jordan woke sweating, nightmare gasp. Lost you. In black. Alex soothed, arms cradle. Here. Always. December deepened, holidays twinkling. Tree lit, ornaments clinking memories. Gift exchange intimate. Alex's leather journal, for your eyes only. Jordan's compass. Engraved true north, you. New Year's Eve, balcony fireworks blooming silent. Jordan turned, eyes seeking. Promise me, whatever comes, we face it leash together. Alex pulled close, foreheads touch. Promise. The year turned, resolutions fraying like old rope, but their bond held taut, woven stronger in trials. January bit cold, winds whistling eaves, as Jordan's vision teetered, peripheral fading to grays, world narrowing like a tunnel's end. Adaptation became art. Voice apps chirping directions. Alex's descriptions vivid tapestries. Sunsets bruising purple, gold fringes on clouds. Work balanced anew. Alex led workshops, partners in sight, couples training dogs together. Jordan guest spoke, voice resonant. It's not loss, it's shift. Fame plateaued gentle, tours curtailed for health. They wrote, third book brewing, fiction this time, gay lovers navigating storms. Scenes steamy, born bedroom. Jordan dictating post-love, sheets rumpled, Alex typing flushed. One afternoon, park bench, ducks quacking alms, Jordan's head lolled shoulder. Tired, he admitted, cane idle. Alex massaged neck, thumb circles. Nope. Home. Jordan nodded, but lingered, hand tracing Alex's. Grateful. For every reach. Home. Siesta deep into passion. Lazy limbs tangling, kisses trailing lazy rivers. Jordan's sighs soft. Alex's name breathy prayer. Peaks gentle, waves lapping, afterglow drowsy peace. Spring uncoiled, tulips stabbing soil defiant. Garden thrived. Tomatoes ripening red fists, herbs scenting air sharp. Harvest dinners. Salads crisp, dressings tangy, wine loosening tongues to dreams. Pride again, larger, float leading, buddy mascot. Chance love wins. Sweat slick joy. After, bath steaming eucalyptus, body soaking, fingers pruning prunes. Summer zenith, cabin return. Lake glassy mirror, pines whispering secrets. Kayaks dipped, paddles plunking, laughter echoing shores. Evenings bonfires, sparks ascending stars, Esmore's sticky sweet. But August whispered warning. Doc visit, scans stark. Progression accelerated, central vision blurring soon. Mobility aids essential, specialist urged, pamphlets rustling. Jordan's laugh hollow post-appointment, diner booth vinyl stick. Canes out, harness in. Alex gripped knee under table. Buddies ready. We've trained. Home, practice raw, Jordan clipping harness, hands shake, buddy patient statue. First walk neighborhood. Steps halting, neighbors waving curious. Jordan's grip whitened, but forward, Curb mount, crosswalk beep guiding. Triumph small but seismic. Dinner celebratory, steak searing, wine robust. Toasts to steps. Fall gilded, leaves pyre. Book launch echoes unseen, venue packed, air buzz electric. Jordan read excerpt, voice painting intimacy. Lovers' hands in dark, leashes of flesh. Applause crashed, Alex front row, tears blurring. After party, corner booth, Jordan's foot hooked Alex's. We did it. You did. Kiss stolen, salt lip. Winter wrapped gentle, snow muffling world. Holidays homebound, tree scent pine punch. Gifts thoughtful. Alex's braille erotica, Jordan's custom leash. Engraved hand over heart. New Year quiet, balcony hush. Fireworks, distant pops. Jordan's hand Alex's chest. Heartbeat Morse. This year, us, stronger. Resolution held. Jordan's sight dimmed gradual. Colors muting, faces softening. But adaptation bloomed. Tech aids sang routes, Alex's voice beacon. Writing flourished, words sharper in dark. Anniversary approached, 1 year wed. Surprise. Hot air balloon, dawn lift, basket swaying gentle. Ground receded, city toy sprawl, Jordan's gasp wind whipped. Feel it? Freedom. Alex held tight, ropes creak. With you? Always. Descent picnic, basket weave, cheeses ripe, bread crusty. Love-making meadow hidden, grass tickle, sun dappling skin. Moans bird melded, union earthbound. Fallout came autumnal. Tabloid trash? Blind author's sham marriage? Sources say pity. Phones rang fury, friends rallying. Jordan drafted response, voice steady. Love isn't seen. It's felt. Published op-ed, viral storm. Alex supported, interviews tag team, haters blindest. Healing communal, support group, stories shared circle. Jordan facilitated, cane prop, wisdom light. Winter solstice, longest night, they burned letters. Fears inscribed paper, flames devouring. Ashes swirled, release smoke. Spring equinox, balance. Garden revival, seeds sown hope. Buddy aged graceful, successor pup yipping eager. Summer solstice, peak light. Beach getaway, waves crash symphony, sand grit toes. Bonfire night, Jordan's head lap, stars pinprick. Journeys wild, Alex stroked hair. Best plot twist. Aging graced them. Silver threading Alex's temples. Laugh lines Jordan's cheeks. Books stacked legacy, workshops rippling impact. Decade marker, vow renewal, backyard. Friends circle, buddy successor witness. Rings exchanged anew, simple bands worn grooves. Jordan's toast. I reached for leash, found hand. Best grab. Alex's. And I'll reach back. Always. Fade cinematic. Sunset guilds. Hands clasped eternal. Leashes loose. Love unbound. Meaning etched. In dark, light found. Not in eyes, but hearts. Connection raw, reaches deepest. They walked on, tandem, world unfolding touch by touch.